I think this video is going to be a pretty quick one, but I just wanted to showcase a product that I actually received in the mail a few weeks ago. And it's from a company that honestly I've never heard of until they reached out and asked if I wanted to check it out. And normally I get a lot of those requests and I don't always think they're worth it, but this one actually really piqued my interest because of what it can do. And it's something that I've never seen before in terms of your Apple TV and the ability to not actually have to plug it into the wall in order for it to work. So that's right, this little guy can actually draw enough power from your TV through this little box here, and it powers up your Apple TV with no problem. So obviously this is going to be perfect for those who want to reduce cord clutter while mounting their TVs on the wall. So the perfect example that comes to my mind is one that's personal to me because, well, it's my scenario in that at my house, I have my TV plugged into the wall above the fireplace where it's mounted. And there's only 2 available plugs there and it's a really tight space. And so putting a surge protector back there to expand those plugs was actually kind of a difficult thing. And it took a lot of trial and error with different types of surge protectors. And I finally found one that worked so that I could have my Apple TV, my soundbar, and my TV plugged in to the same location. If I had known that this existed in the first place, I wouldn't have to go through all that trouble because in theory, I would just plug this in to my Apple TV and then into the TV itself, and it would supply all the power I needed, and then my TV would plug into the wall along with my soundbar. Of course, it's a little too late now, but I have other TVs in the house that this could benefit from, and you might too. So according to Mission's website, if you're wondering how this works, the USB power cable includes power boost circuitry that stores excess power from the USB port, and then it releases it to the Apple TV when it demands more power than the USB port can source. Even though the product itself is or sounds complicated on the inside at least, it's actually pretty simple on the outside. You got this brick, which is where all the power is stored, and then you have this little plug here that plugs into the back of your Apple TV, and this little guy is what plugs into your USB port on your TV. The back of the brick has adhesive so that once you get everything set up, you can go ahead and stick it to the back of your TV and it's out of sight and out of mind. I opted to not do that during this video and during testing because this isn't where it's going to stay here at my studio. I wanted to bring it home and use it there. But you get the idea from this picture, or at least from the company's website. It's going to stick no problem to the back of your TV. And I also recommend finding a mount if you decide to go in this route for your Apple TV so that everything is out of the way and you no longer see the Apple TV or this brick. Now, the USB power cable is compatible with all Apple TV generations. And as far as TVs go, I couldn't find like a list or, the requirements of what the USB port needs in order to supply power. I've tested it with about 5 TVs at my house and at the studio, and every single one of them worked totally fine. So I imagine if your TV is relatively new and has a USB port, it should be able to power it no problem. So in my mind, it makes sense to pick one of these up if your setup is, convoluted and you don't want a lot of cords or anything kind of showing, and you're trying to limit the clutter as much as possible. Or if it was my scenario where you only had 2 outlets available and you need to plug in 3 things, well, then you can have your Apple TV be powered by your USB port. I've used it for the last few weeks. It works perfectly fine, but I'd love to know your thoughts on this product, or if there's something else out there that might be cheaper or better that I maybe missed as well. Let me know in those comments down below. This has been Dan with Mac Rumors. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you around in the next video.